It's been a little while since I've updated my diary. I think it's the 4th of May today. And last time I did a diary piece, I just caught a really long 31-pound common, absolutely cracking fish. And I said I was just going to kick back and enjoy the rest of my evening. Well, at 7:30 that night, the same rod that did the 31 common was away. And I ended up catching the biggest fish in the lake. It's an absolutely, well, it's a wonderful fish, you know, very, very unique, extremely long, dark, and one I really wanted to catch. It was going to be my winter target for next year, so I managed to catch that one just before the season finished. So that frees me up a whole next winter basically, so I'm going to make some new plans and I'll end up elsewhere. But after that, like I say, that club ticket closed for the closed season, and I went to a lake miles away from home. It's a syndicate I've got. It's no publicity, but it's very, very low stock. There's less than 15 carp in the lake. So I went there at the beginning of March, and I fished on into early April. But through March, I pretty much saw nothing. I was doing 2 or 3 nights a week, constantly looking. I was in a swim I could see a lot of the lake from. I didn't see anything that could definitely be carp. You know, a lot of birds, tench, but no real signs of carp. Just when I was starting to get a little bit bored, I managed to find a few signs of fish, then found some fish, and then right at the start of April I managed to get 2 bites. So really pleased with that. I had a 38.5 common and a 33 mirror. So yeah, that was wicked. I did another couple of trips after that and then basically pulled off. I've just been flitting around with it, done a bit of float fishing. I like doing that now. Go out with the old float rod, catch a couple of carp. Did some floater fishing last week with my mate. Again, we went and caught a couple of small ones, caught 2 nice scaly mirrors and a few commons. And basically every year I normally go and fish a venue sort of throughout the winter and into the early spring, but I haven't been there at all this winter. I've been focusing closer to home. But I went there. I did over a sort of, I think it's about an 8 to 10 day period. I just did 4 or 5 trips, days, evenings, things like that. I had a few fish. I had one I really wanted to catch as well. It's a lovely old carp, really rare fish as well, and that's 30-pound 8, but it's an absolute beauty. So really pleased with that, and then also caught another couple of real nice scaly mirrors. So yeah, chuffed to bits for that. Like I say, we're into May now, and I'm back down the venue that I was fishing all of last year. So I'm gagging to get back down. It's been closed for quite a while, but yeah, I'm back. It's my first session. I've been in Dublin all weekend on a stag do. So if you haven't been to Dublin, you should definitely go. It's very good. But yeah, I'm back now. And I'll be here for the foreseeable future. I'm sure I'll have a go on a few other venues as well in the meantime. But yeah, this will be me for the rest of the year. And I'll let you know if anything happens, because as of yet, it hasn't. I'm blanking. Right, so last week I was in Germany filming for the masterclass with Dan and Daryl. They caught some absolute pearlers, caught some big fish as well. But yeah, those carp were really, really cool. So look out for that next January, I think it is, when the DVD comes out. But just before I went away on that trip, I managed to come down to the lake I'm at now. I did sort of 3 or 4 hours surface fishing, managed to nick a little common out. I think it's a recapture. But yeah, first bite of the year, so that's nice. Like I say, then I went to Germany. Came back at the weekend, spent the weekend at home, and basically I come back down here yesterday. I did last night up the top end of the lake in a little corner. Didn't see anything, but the bottom end of the lake had been really pressured over the last few days, so I thought I'd have a go out there. Saw nothing, and I saw a few fish out in front of me here this morning, but I left the lake at 7:30 this morning, went to a magazine article with Max Hendry from Advanced Carp Fishing, lake not too far from here. And I had a 25-pound common and a 23-pound common. Both really nice fish, properly give me the run around. So yeah, that was cool. Did that, left the lake there about 2 o'clock, made my way back over here basically. So I come into the swim, I saw them in this morning. Just after I got in here, I saw a fish show. So all's good, the rods are out. I'll start here and see where I end up. But this will be me for the, had a little bleat there. This will be me for the rest of the year. So this is my main water. I plan to stay here and just like last year, try and catch the big one. Right, well, I didn't catch anything last session. I started the session in the corner I'm in now. Then I moved. I did a night here. Then I moved, did a night there. Saw a few fish in my second swim, but not that many. You know, not enough to sort of make me want to stay there. So I spent the day sort of packed up, gear on the barra, basically looking around the lake, trying to find something to fish for. And I saw quite a few fish in sort of 2s and 3s. They were really broken up. There were a few fish in the edges, but the fish were well spread. So it's quite hard to actually sort of pin them down and pick a swim because they were seemingly everywhere. But basically I tried to second guess them. My wind picked up and I thought I'll second guess them hopefully, and that worked, you know. So I got my gear in the swim, and within about 20 minutes I saw a fish. I went on to see about another 10 or 12 that sort of throughout the day and into the evening. I didn't see anything anywhere else, so I was really confident, but I didn't catch anything, which was quite surprising. I would have put money on getting a bite, but I didn't, so one of them things, I guess. And I went on to do a third night in the swim that I'd had the fish jumping in front of me, but I had to pack up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go home, so cut short there, which wasn't ideal. And since that session, I nipped in during the week for literally, I don't know, 2 hours, floater fishing, got a few feed in, didn't catch anything. And the other day I popped into a club lake with one of the lads from Jag to do a bit of filming. We was only there about 5 or 6 hours, doing some stuff about the new bank sticks and that sort of thing. Lovely little lake, I just whopped a couple of zigs out, again didn't catch anything. So I'm back down and got here yesterday, and I've gone back into the corner of the lake that I started my last session in. There were fish here yesterday when I arrived, but last night I got absolutely battered by the tension bream, which wasn't ideal at all. So fish were back in here again this morning. I've got my rods out okay, but I'm having trouble just keeping any bait in the water. If it isn't the tension bream, it's the roach. You know, the roach are completely battering all the bait I'm putting in. So without fishing whole 18 millers, whole 15 millers and that, like I say, I'm struggling to keep bait on the spots, which isn't good. So don't really know what to do there. I don't really want to fish over a handful of whole boilies because they're wise enough in here to know that there's something wrong with that, I think. But we'll see. I've got another 2 nights. Northerly winds picked up blowing down the other end, so if they don't sort of turn up here, I've got a feeling they might not today. I'll probably give it till midday sort of time. Just cook some crumpets. So if you've never had crumpets in the old Ridge Monkey, I suggest you do. They're very nice. So I'm going to eat my crumpets, sit tight for a little while, and then maybe have a move, I think, because I don't mind being in this corner when there's fish here, but when there's not, I absolutely hate it. It's hard enough to get a bite when they are here, let alone when they're not. So we'll see. Probably going to have a move, I think. Right, so I moved earlier on quite quickly. I moved all the way down to the car park. I was going to set up down there, didn't. Moved right back up the other end, pretty much to where I'd just left. Put the rods out there for about an hour, something like that. The wind was blowing down to the car park, so I moved back down this end of the lake into the swim next door to where I am now. Did a bit in there, probably an hour and a half. And then when the wind dropped, there were fish in front of me here, so I've moved into here. I've been in here a good few hours and I haven't caught anything. So I'm going to do another little while here, and I'm going to move and set up somewhere for the night. Right, I've moved twice since I spoke to you last. Basically I went over there, over to me left, did the night. Once again got absolutely battered by a tench, really struggling to keep a rod in the water. So not only am I catching tench, which is a pain, but these fish are extremely spooky at the best of times. So that disturbance is doing me absolutely no favours in areas where they would normally turn up. If I wasn't there catching tench, they're now not turning up because of the disturbance. So it's a bit of a pain, it's hard work. But I've now moved again, so beautiful morning this morning. quite chilly last night, so there's mist everywhere this morning. And I've seen a few fish. I've seen sort of 4 or 5 out in front of the area I'm in now. So moved about 8 o'clock. Hung it out over there, but I've now moved and the rods are back out. So still got another night. Keep moving and moving and moving and moving, and hopefully we'll catch one in the end. Right, well, I hung it out yesterday for a few hours. I hadn't seen anything for ages. I've seen a couple of fish sat in the snags, but they were certainly not catchable. So I decided to go and have a bit of fun for a few hours, basically. So I went to a lake not too far from me, just around the corner. I just spent the evening and the afternoon, just floater fishing. So caught 3 fish, proper battle between me and the seagulls. They were a pain, but eventually they ate what they wanted to eat. They disappeared, and I had 3. I had a common about 18 pound. My first mirror from the lake, which is a little linear, about 10 pound, and another common about 16 pound. But yeah, real good fun off the surface, really weedy, so proper good fun battles. And yeah, enjoyed that. And I came back down here last night. I got here about, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening. Didn't actually get the fishing a different swim to where I'm at last night. I went in there at about 10:30 at night. I just fished 1 rod, and then I got up at 4:30 this morning, packed up, and then moved into the swim I'm in now. I've seen a few fish showing out here. I've got 2 rods out. They've been out about an hour and a half. Haven't had a take yet. I've got another little while left. I've got to leave about 8:30, so fingers crossed. I've got a floater match to do today against Daryl, so hopefully I can catch one from here so I can turn up to the match all leery and confident, but we'll see.